Okay, hello everyone. Now this video is just going to be an image of my HelloFresh badge, which I have blocked out with a blacked out marker and wax from a candle. Now just a heads up, this is just going to be an image video. So if you want to get your snacks, get your water, get your soda, this is going to be kind of a long one if I had to guess. And this is me. I left HelloFresh, or Factor to be exact, in Goodyear, Arizona because I have gotten a better job. I won't go into any details because I don't want this leading back to me at all. So, I have no issues with any of the employees I worked with, any of the chefs I worked with, nothing. But if you are ordering from Factor75 or Factor underscore in Goodyear, Arizona, you should stop. I have worked here for over a year, and I have worked in every department from vegetables, brazier D-box, braziers, oven, grills, protein, middle kitchen, everywhere. And I highly suggest you stop buying from Goodyear, Arizona if you can. Because first thing, in protein, actually no, let's take a step back. The sanitation of the equipment in all of the departments is disgusting. It truly is. I am even going to link several reviews that shows how the sanitation of certain equipment is cleaned. But Cambros, which are white, white, say 3 feet deep boxes are brought to the small dish room and are not cleaned properly. They are full of residue and water that has not been cleaned, and other meats go in there, or even vegetables, which causes cross-contamination. Give me a second.
So what makes a great business bank? It could be complimentary courier services.
Okay.
Online banking. Maybe it's
So
loan solutions and competitive rates. Or
let me turn on the TV. So not only that, the chalupas, which are large metal steel containers which can hold up to 1,000 pounds, which is what your food is put in, your meat, your vegetables, and is marinated in. Those are unsanitary as well. Old water in it, food that has been left in and not cleaned out, and it is so close to the floor. And then not only that, buggies, which we put the chicken in from a VT tumbler machine, is also not sanitary. There is old water left in it, old food residue. It is not good. And speaking of the large dish and small dish room, it is so hot in there, and stuff is put on the floor in there and washed from the ground, which I will prove with a Google link in the description. Also in the large dish room, if you talk to any of the sanitation workers in there who will tell you the truth, there has been maggots found in there in the large dish room. Now, moving on from the sanitation part of it, this is coming over to the vegetable section, where we use green beans, broccoli, pasta, which I know is weird to be in a vegetable section, but we do. There are moldy green bean packages in there that we have to sort through to make sure there is no moldy green beans. And some of the employees do not care if some moldy green beans get set in there. And sometimes we will have to throw away whole pallets of green beans because they are moldy, along with other vegetables that have mold on them as well, and possibly some bugs. My personal experience in vegetables, I have found bees in the parsley leaves or even in the bay leaves. Now, moving on from vegetables to the protein. Some of the meat is spoiled and some of the chefs try to pass it off by saying, oh, it's fine and stuff, which it is not. And some of the meat that is also used is not up to code to say, or is not worth the portion size. Not only that, to double back to the sanitation, in protein, we use something called brine, which is water and ice combined to keep the meat frozen, I'm assuming, before we can marinate it. And in there we use a hose, just a regular garden hose, no top, no nothing, to sometimes put the water into the chalupa, which the hose has been touching the warehouse floor and is ultimately disgusting and unsanitary. Not only that, the food that also goes into the grills or the ovens is not fully cooked, and the chefs will pass it off as cooked. Also, if you read about the Goodyear location, most truck drivers are sitting here longer than usual. And not only that, that means your food is left out. And the packaging is out there too. We use ice packs to keep the food fresh, but with how long the truckers are waiting, some waiting 2 days, even a day, which I will show you in the Google reviews in the link below in the description. This place is awful on that part. Not only that, some of the ingredients that we use or portion sizes that we use are not very friendly and cost too much for you guys to be paying for. And I will also say this, the clientele that is hired to work at HelloFresh is not the best. You have a lot of people that cannot speak English, or a lot of people that do not care how the job is going, and there is a lot of unsanitariness or unsanitary practices in the bathroom area. As a male, a lot of men will use the restroom and not wash their hands, along with a lot of people are unsanitary on the work floor. They are supposed to wash their hands after touching the hose or touching the water or even the grill after their job, because you can move to other sections to not cross-contaminate. People do not wash their hands. And not only that, I understand it's a restaurant, and I've worked in restaurants for years. Like a lot of people, smoke, do different drugs, whatever. It's not mine. It's not my issue. But with what's going on here, some people have even coughed into the food or even sneezed into it, and they kept it going. There are some people that do very hardcore drugs here that is not worth messing with your food. I've seen some people drop chicken on the floor and pick it back up. And even after reporting it to the QA, which is a person who checks in on the food to make sure everything is running right, they do not care. They say it will be cooked and all the bacteria will be taken off of it. And there's just so much more. The chefs do not care how the food is getting done. Also, and we have a hamburger machine that makes the patties for your hamburger that stops working after like 2 hours of work. And then after the patties are made, we then freeze them in the cooler before cooking them. And then when we do cook them, they shrivel up. So the hamburgers become even smaller, and sometimes the hamburgers don't even come out the right size as a burger is supposed to. It will come out sometimes like a football shape, and the chefs will still A-OK it to move into production. This company is no longer caring about working to get new customers, or even seems like to keep the old customers. It just seems like they are here now to try to make a profit before they leave. And I would like to save all of you from doing this. If you can stop ordering from the Goodyear location, I highly recommend you do so. It is not good. This is not coming from, like I said, a disgruntled employee. I quit for a better job. I appreciated everyone I work with, but the company practices are not worth it. And I wish you guys all the best in your meal preparation and meal ordering, but I would not order from Factor75 in Goodyear, Arizona again. Thank you. Goodbye.